Okay, so where do I start? Good news? New microphone. Bad news? I don't know the perfect mixer settings. I really don't. Oh, the good news. We're finally starting this. Bad news. I'm in a bad mood today. But let's move on. A lot is going to go on in this chapter. I mean a lot, because this is one of the big ones. I suppose I should introduce myself, Brandon. You may call me Mahakala, the world representative of Devaloka. I am an ally of Ch.11 and the others against whom you were just fighting. You see, I too desire a ruinous war which leaves none unscathed. This man foolishly discarded his sacred artifact and handed over his rule. Now he is nothing more than a hollow shell, nothing but memories with nowhere to house them. Think of him as a ghost, one who will never be able to leave a battle zone. And even more foolishly, he erased every trace of his existence beforehand. That foolish, destructive honesty is precisely what I adore in him. Once the next loop begins, this man will be completely erased from this Tokyo. Oh, didn't know that. How wonderful. An end in which everything is destroyed. That is what I wish for. For it is only in complete destruction that the world's salvation can be found. Ch.11 always lacked ambition. He strove for an eternal war when he should have wished for a final one. You shut up. Don't you dare talk bad about him. A grand war that leaves nothing standing, that destroys even the memories that span across loops. All will begin with the first Yugen. All will end with the last. I shall ensure it. Upon the name of Mahakala, I vow to remake everything from scratch. Creation, preservation, and destruction. I will repeat this cycle as many times as need be. God, you know, now that I'm reading this, I'm thinking, I'm immediately thinking of Beerus. Just the Beerus voice. For my wish is that no one may ever break out of this cycle. English Beerus, by the way. How unfortunate. I fear you leave me no option other than war. It was inevitable. I have known from the beginning that there could be no peace between us. Mahakala, the world representative of Devaloka, you say? Indeed, according to Brandon, the encounter took place deep within Penitentiary Academy. What's more, our homeroom teacher, Master Mononobe, was abducted and then ultimately disappeared altogether. Is there a problem, Snow? Do you doubt this account? I do not, per se, doubt it, but I must say I find it rather baffling. To hear that Mahakala essentially claimed the mantle of the All-Destroyer. The what now? Even the claim that Mahakala is the world representative of Devaloka strikes me as peculiar. All-Destroyer claim Snow? Could it be that you have encountered this Mahakala before? He is a Devaloka. You guessed correctly. As it happens, the name Mahakala is a little nostalgic, as in my home world of. It would seem that the reconnaissance team has returned. Let us resume this conversation later, Shiro.
We're back! Shiro! Hey, Snow! You can bet your kettle I kept my partner nice and safe.
Are you waiting long, Snow? Well met, my friends. Master Claude is presently occupied with other business, I'm afraid. As such, allow me to extend you the warmest welcomes in my master's stead. For as he keeps you in his highest esteem, it is with the utmost pride that I observe your safe return. How did it all go? Were you able to meet with the target? Tucked away in the depths of the Ikebukuro labyrinth, an unsanctioned existence here in this Tokyo, an exception. The very exception, in fact, who once owned Kengo's sacred artifact. I trust you were able to make contact?
Come on! Can't you tell from the look on these mugs? You tell him, partner.
I guess we got what we needed. I knew you could do it, Brandon. I hope Kengo didn't hold you back. I admit, I was worried about sending you two off together.
The hell's that supposed to mean? My partner here would have been toast without me.
Although, according to the memories, we both died. Kengo saved me from being buttered. That's certainly one way to put it.
What? Hey! Not you two, partner!
My apologies for the interruption, but I have an important announcement. It appears there have been developments above ground. Those world representatives who call themselves guild masters of the three true guilds appear to have revoked their ceasefire. The southern and eastern forces have resumed their advance, while the Warmongers to the west have moved to intercept them. It is most likely that the collision of these forces will take place either here in Ikebukuro or in Shinjuku's Kabukicho.
Ha! As if we're gonna let them use our turf to settle their scores.
Cool it, Kengo. Snow, what kinds of numbers are we looking at? Numbers we can't handle. Setting aside the likelihood of reinforcements, I estimate each of the three factions to be above 10,000 soldiers strong. They got that many. Well, after the Warmongers met, this is to be expected.
10 what? Are you serious? 10,000? How they managed that?
Even if we consider the members they poached from the Aoyama Guild and a variety of other plausible avenues, the numbers just don't add up. They have some sort of ace up their sleeve. In fact, we should expect that this is not the true extent of their forces. We can confirm various independent cells on the move in Chuo War to the east and Setagaya War to the south. We also know that several large-scale public works were suddenly set in motion to build new structures, including walls and roads. These projects' goal was to facilitate the advance of their armies. They were even controlling public construction services. Snow, could it be that the rumors are true? I've heard snatches of such things from Ryota, Toji, and Hanuman, and I was hoping they were false. What rumors, Shiro? There are signs that the three true guilds have taken root within the halls of the three powers of government: legislative, executive, and judicial. In anticipation of the fast approaching day when transients will outnumber the local citizens, they are working to extend their hold over the government. Additionally, They have among them those with a near monopoly on memories of previous loops, who guide them to act with optimal efficiency. It is evident that the three true guilds are focused only on one another and do not consider any other guilds to be a threat. To them, these minor guilds are simply victims in the grand scheme of their war. And, well, the three true guilds have given us no reason to doubt these rumors as of yet. Yeah. I remember them building the walls back in chapter 8.
Whoa! What the heck? Where did all of those soldiers come from? What's going on in this city?
This'll do. Let me down. Thank you for providing security, Warmongers. Please inform your guildmaster that the leader of the rule makers requires a word. Yeesh. Here we go again, repeating ourselves. I wonder how many more times I'll have to see these events through. Hello! Allow me to bid you doubly welcome to the Warmongers Parlor. It's always a pleasure to see our dear instigator of instruction, our plan C. It must have been a long journey from the portal of the rule makers to the far east. All that trouble for little old me? You shouldn't have. Why, if I were a computer, I'm sure this joy would make my eyes bright as camera flashes. Nothing? Not even a smile? A chuckle? Plan B, Robert. I find your humor so unamusing that I cannot even pretend to laugh. Damn. Oh, now you've done it! Robert! You are the only ones who still call me by that, you know. I didn't know his name was Robert. Roberto! Battle! Then how about I call you by your old name, man? What do you say to that, Charles?
What? Excuse me?
This reminds me of our days back at the academy, when we were top of the class. Robert, Charles, and Isaac. I mean, it stands to reason that they have true names, but Curran's name, does that mean? Never mind. Don't it? It'll get revealed in time. But now those names and memories are passed to the extremities of time, beyond the door into summer. Need I point out that rehashing such memories is unpleasant? My bad. Reputation is the basis of humor, though, and retorts are the basis of anecdotal humor. Anyway, mind cutting to the chase? I know you didn't come all this way just to chat about comedy. Obviously. I came to check on how you're doing, and... So, maybe it's not a... I don't know. I don't know anymore. I also wanted to share in person what I know about the world representative vacancies that have come up. I have so far confirmed that there are 3, Surtur, Azathoth, and Ch.11. However, this is still within the parameters of our plan. The sacred artifacts of these 3 have been inherited by the fragment of the voracious wolf. They're talking about Break. So long as the one who gave you that mechanical body, the one known as Break, continues to exist, the loops will continue. A good system never ceases to function when one of its parts is missing or replaced. So this is expected from the story. Sounds good to me. That way, this war goes on forever, right? Our job is simply to watch over the recurring loops here in Tokyo. We have no business meddling in the eventualities of victory or defeat. Nor is there any reason for us to actively enjoy the process. I trust that you are aware of this? I just thought of a voice for her. I don't think I can hit it though. It's not intentional, I assure you. Now, do you know why humor is like war? Because both escalate the more they repeat. And the more they escalate, the more exciting things get. It's just the way of the world. Oh no. I've seen way more than enough Gundam to know where this is going. So let's all hope this war will be just as entertaining as the last. Meanwhile... Hello, Ryota and Hanuman here. Shiro and Co., can you hear us? We're live from within the Aoyama Guild territory. This is so cool. I feel like I'm a real ninja on a scouting mission. A whole bunch of transients are passing through here, heading for Toshima War. Anything on your end, Toji? This is Toji. We have also confirmed that a large force of transients is passing through Minato War towards Shinjuku. They are paying no mind to us nor the tycoons. I am inclined to believe that their target is the Warmongers as suspected. We'll keep up the surveillance. Also, if I may ask, how does the Filial one fare? I heard that the battle at Penitentio was fierce. He's fine. Huh. Thank you, Tadatomo. As for your concerns, Moritaka needed to recover his strength, and so is currently working in tandem with Shuichi. Keep up the good work, Ryota, Toji. Shall I fill them in on the situation, Brandon? Yeah, go ahead. In that case, listen up, everyone. This will be the Summoner's plan of action. Ryota and Hanuman, you will continue your surveillance of Shibuya War. The same goes for Toji and Tadatomo regarding Minato War. It's essential that each group of 2 acts as a cohesive unit. In the event of a hiccup, you are to disengage and retreat at once. Report any findings to Snow and me. We will continue to coordinate from HQ. Here in the Ikebukuro Underground, we will relay new information to the others. Meanwhile, I'd like reconnaissance in the Ikebukuro Shinjuku area be handled by Kengo and Brandon. Even if you forget everything else I've said, please remember this. You are not to engage with any of the 3 true guilds. The fight is to be avoided at all costs at this stage, under any but the most desperate of circumstances, got it?
Why do you always treat us like we're kids? Come on! You know you can trust me and my partner to stay out of trouble.
Just keep a cool head, Kingo. For the time being, our priority is gathering information. Such intelligence will be crucial in days to come. Exactly. So to recap, Ryota and Hanamen and Shibuya, Toji and Tadatomo and Minato, and Toshima and Shinjuku, Kengo and Brandon. Under normal circumstances, splitting up would be the height of folly. But we have not been included in this war after all. We must use this fact to our advantage. It enables us to move freely and gather intelligence with which to arm ourselves. As for the Eastern rule makers, the Southern invaders, Western warmongers, it would appear that the three true guilds have no intention of waging this war from the positions of their base points. Naturally, they would seek to minimize damage in their own territories by taking the fight elsewhere. They have walled off Toshima and Shinjuku in order to direct the battle there, just as the genociders did with the 6 wards they could lose control. West and East are likely to clash here in Ikebukuro. Furthermore, I believe South and West will confront each other in Kabukicho. It stands to reason that we should pay close attention to any developments between East and South as well. Thank you, Slam. The reasoning is sound. Now, as for our goal, Brandon, our highest priority objective is teaming up to get Mr. Mononobe back. Right, Shiro? Right, you are. We're going to rescue Mr. Mononobe. First, however, we need to gather the necessary information. So, get to it.
You got it!
Oh. You've earned the rest after that speech. Shall I make some milk tea?
Again! No, it's fine.
Thank you, Slim. First, I'd like to hear the rest of what you were telling me earlier. Of course. It would be my pleasure, Shiro. You will want to hear this as well. I believe we were discussing the one called Mahakala, who claimed to be the world representative of Dewa-Loka.
What the? Ah! I clicked off screen.
Wait, no, I didn't. It flipped. Well, I'll fix it in post. No, the entire window closed. What the hell? According to Brandon, Miss Mahakala spoke of a longing for the destruction of all things. Is that correct? Yes, that's what he told me. Right, Brandon? Yep, that's the gist of it. Of course, I do not doubt that you were told this, Brandon. However, I happen to find this claim extremely peculiar. In fact, to avoid any misunderstanding, I have to say that it is impossible. Huh? How come? You know something about Mahakala? Mahakala, all destroyer of the world of Dewa-Loka. I am aware of this information. That said, I also know of another meaning behind that name. In the world called Shangri-La, from which both Makan and I originate, is the name of the All-Protector.
Wait, huh? Now that I didn't know. Oh, how can that be? All Destroyer and All Protector in one?
Wait, so you're from Shangri-La? Would that imply that there are 2 different transients by the name of Mahakala from 2 different worlds? I do not believe so. I have not once heard of 2 transients here in this Tokyo bearing the same name. As it is, roles and rules supplied through the app are assigned to unique names. Which means that this Mahakala must exist in both Dewa-Loka and Shangri-La, and yet, it has is impossible for belief in both of these identities to coexist. Therefore, worlds are sure to separate. Right, so that means I am unwilling to divulge any of my superstitions at this time. It's too dangerous to operate on guesswork. However, my instincts tell me that the answer to the mystery of Mahakala's dual identities can be found. Yes, it can be found at the root of the war threatening the horizon, yet cloaked in churning darkness. The Senate has kindly agreed to heed our request. Preparations for the war are complete. What did you do? It is time for the strategy meeting to begin, my fellows. We once again find ourselves in a time of war. The War of Worlds is imminent. We shall witness an incredible war in which myth is pitted against myth. This time around, the guilds to the east and south appear to be marching on us for breaking the pact. Most likely it will come down to a two-pronged assault. I say as if I have any stake in all this. However, as I have already completed my task of inciting this war, I now humbly hand the reins over to the rest of you. From this point forth, it is my lot to simply watch over you from this base as you dash madly into the fray. Indeed, representative of Gehenna, and so it is for my humble self, to one such as I. The battle is over the moment it has begun. So it is, representative of the land of law. In that case, you and I shall remain here to hold down the fort. Oh, must you leave us so soon, Shiva? Our enemy approaches. I will go to the front lines and fight them. That is all the strategy we need. Oh dear. Please, forgive me. Had I heard another speak those words, I would have thought them overconfident. Yet from your lips, Shiva, they are in fact. You are, after all, the representative of Devaloka, the destroyer of space itself. Do not make me repeat myself, representative of Gehenna. I do not claim the title of world representative. I am here only for the purpose of bettering myself as a monk and training, and that is all I wish for you to acknowledge me as. My apologies. I'm afraid cramming my foot into my mouth has been a bad habit of mine all my life. Well, Shiva, will you be content to act as our mobile agent in Ikebukuro, where one prong of the attack will take place? I would be delighted. This will be greatly beneficial to my training.
Hey now! Quit deciding things for yourselves! I must be the one to defeat Kobuker from the east! But you two can't clash! You can't clash! If you clash, you create an exception! I hope you're not planning on handing off all the carnage in Ikebukuro to Shiva!
I am aware of your wishes as well. I would like for you to accompany Shiva in the direction of Toshima Ward. Irrespective of my previous statements, it would not do to have Shiva act entirely alone. After all, the entire point of the battle being staged in this Tokyo by us representatives is the attainment of a single prize. And Shiva, I'm afraid, is the kind of ally who would not hesitate for an instant to destroy this trophy the moment it appears. Whew, that kicked in.
Naturally, after what he did to me, he cannot be forgiven.
Fun time's over. I'm still trying to connect Charles to Curran. Like, how do you get Curran from Charles? Like, how? How did that one work? Right then. Tanatomo Kino Inosuka, Yasuyori Kombugo Inuta, are you there? Oh, noble source. Representative of Land of Wa, Tanatomo Kino Inosuka is ever at your service. Well met, my dear counselor. And where might your other half be? I beg your forgiveness. Sergeant Yasuyori Kobuko Inuta appears to have flown the coop, so to speak, shucking your authority. Oh, is that so? Going forward, I shall endeavor to make up for Yasuyori's absence. In fact, I vow to exceed our combined capabilities. And wrong voice. I just realized. In light of this, I beg your benevolent mercy, O noble source. You need not lean so heavily on formality in my presence, Counselor Tanatomo. The two of you were inseparable, were you not? I'm sure it must have been agonizing for you to lose your other half of your soul. I, too, have fond memories of our compatriot. He was an unparalleled fighting force, a hero without equal, and to you, Tanatomo, an irreplaceable individual. As you say, Sergeant Yasuyori Kobugo Inuta, gone. As I recall, he cut a rather large figure. Should you require a replacement partner, you may have your pick of my soldiers. Take as many as you need. As you say, I am ever put to shame by your constant benevolence, my lord. I have given you my orders, Tanatomo Kino Inosuka. As one of the legendary 8 dog warriors of the Land of Wa, do not forget your duty to our homeland. You are the sword of the Land of Wa, the one destined to destroy our natural enemy. Know that I am relying heavily on you. I hope that you will prove yourself irreplaceable to me. Very well. Then that is the plan of action the summoners shall take. Thank you, Shiro. Brandon. To confirm, your goal is to rescue Mr. Mononobe of Shinjuku Academy, yes? Correct. I hope that our allies, the Berserkers, will be willing to act in accordance with our motives. In order to fulfill our goal, we will have no choice but to fight. However, such battles are only the means to our end. Though we may see the three true guilds as our enemies at present, it may not always be so. It is less important to focus on who is an enemy or ally than what we mean to achieve. In this way, I believe we will be able to attain what we seek. At least, that's the plan. Right, Brandon? I see. I suppose that is only to be expected, after all. It is exactly how the summoners have scraped by so far. That it is, Snow. In fact, I seem to recall hearing something of the like from a fellow student of our school. Before we go in, I hope you'll listen to a word of warning from someone who's with a bit more experience. In the battles to come, that inflexibility will be your downfall. Surely you cannot be telling us to avoid. Surely you cannot be telling us to allow villainy to go unchallenged. Oh, not at all. What I mean is that by partitioning the world into what is comprehensible and what is wrong, you have already lost. After all, that is how wars are begun. If you draw a line in the sand, someone will eventually cross it, and conflict will spark. But war is our enemy's domain. We can't hope to fight them on their own terms. They're called the Warmongers for a reason. If you dismiss ideas as unacceptable and incomprehensible, you will never be able to move forward. And once everything is clearly delineated, the powerless are helpless against the powerful. The strong defeat the weak, might makes right, the end. So, what do you do if you can't defeat your enemy on their terms? You drag them into your game and make them play by your rules. Only then will you have a chance at victory. Just a tip from a jaded third year, but I'd appreciate it if you kept it in mind. Not sure if jaded is the right word I go for, but are you two ready to head up to the surface? I'll direct you from here while you gather information. Please do everything you can to avoid conflict out there.
No probs! It's not like all I ever do is go around mindlessly getting into fights, you know? Trust me, I learned my lesson that time in Kabukicho when we got our butts handed to us by the locals for picking the wrong fight. I should say, seriously, Kingo, no fighting.
You're our personal GPS, R19.
Acknowledged. I will be providing navigational and communication support from the base.
Oh, we're all set then? Off we go.
Let's do this!
All that talk about fighting not being your aim, and yet look how valiantly our future bridegroom charges off. Still, the Summoners' Council was quite enlightening. Perhaps there is something to be learned with respect to our own guild. A voice I would note anywhere, and glad I am to hear it. It appears you have been busy in our absence, Snow. Fear not, your master has returned. Welcome home, my darling master. I shall prepare your milk tea right away. You may do so as you fill us in. We wish to hear what information you have gleaned. Where was I? Of course. Your face is an open book, and that book is tragedy. Is the Warmongers' military strength so formidable? I am afraid it is, Master Claude. It would seem that their forces are as inexhaustible as the waves of ocean itself. Go on. Our guild, Berserkers, specializes in battling, whether that be one-on-one or battle royale. We are not made to fight a war. However, up against the odds of 100 or 1,000 to 1, we would naturally be at a disadvantage. Perhaps, but there is no such thing as inexhaustibility or true infinity. One cannot create something from nothing. You will find that behind their might exists a system of belief that displays the illusion of infinite numbers. Mahakala, a name you are guaranteed to stumble across if you delve deep enough into the Warmongers' background. Yet we know next to nothing about them. Not their form, role, or rule, nor any specific details of their nature. For a while, there have been rumors that Mahakala is the being of great darkness who treats other transients as lesser things, wielding cruelty and violence against them. There are also those that testify that this is untrue and describe Mahakala as a wise and gentle being of unprecedented compassion. Snow, earlier you said that Mahakala is a being whose name points to two separate worlds. Yes, Mr. Claude, that is correct. We concede that is one way of wording it. We, however, have a different view. And what might that be? It is possible that one of those two schemers called Mahakala is, in fact, merely another schemer, another system. A system possessing multiple roles and multiple rules that was established here in this Tokyo. Systems are comprised of multiple components that, when viewed in their entirety, can take the aspect of an immense and complex darkness. We are one who intends to dismantle such structures. Therefore, concerning the summoner strategy, let us apply our guild specialty by employing, as you put it, one-on-one battles. We propose we take apart battles of 1,000-on-1, so tilted against us, and convert them to 1,000 one-on-one battles to even the odds. For that is how the Berserkers can claim victory. I mean, endurance battle? Okay, sure. We have gained a great deal from the battles fought at Penitentiary Academy. Tezcatlipoca's network has gone silent, leaving a hole in the Warmongers' intelligence channels for us to exploit. It would seem that someone has inherited this network and is continuing to run it even now. This has allowed us to glean valuable insight to the Warmongers who previously existed within an informational blackout. However, we were able to obtain only a handful of names, and it took everything we could to throw at them by combining the best of our allied guilds. Oh. First, we have the one in charge of the recruitment for the Warmongers, the underground auctioneer who frequents the black market. Then there's the secretarial aide to the Shadow Cabinet, the world representative of Gehenna. Even more infamous is the rumor world representative of the land of Wa, member of a secret student government here in Tokyo. Secret student government? I didn't know it was a secret. And last, but certainly not least, we have the world representative of David Loca, who we must conclude has some connection with Mahakala. We have also been gathering intel on all other who number among their ranks. This battle will be waged upon a solid understanding of ally and enemy alike. For the time being, we have prepared an arena befitting those 3 elite berserkers who were recently liberated from their imprisonment.
Engraved by name of poets unto thee, shine bright, stir light, scatter the darkness.
Whoa, boy! Your secret artifact is sure handy, Polly. Sure is, Bethlehem. This star shining above my head can create light within the deepest darkness. Anyway, this is where we split up, you two. Good luck out there. Don't go getting caught by the enemy.
Whatever. All I've got to do is follow the coin trail from the black market using the intel I got from Claude.
Never thought the day would come that I'd be sold as merchandise still. That underground auctioneer's gonna
Pay for this!
Then I'll follow your example and pay a visit to an old acquaintance. Who would have thought someone like that ended up here in Tokyo? On behalf of the Lightbringer. At least that's what he says he's doing. As a confidant of our overlord, I've got a few questions I'd like to ask that slippery light hater Mephistopheles. Now then, we wish to know the status of the other gladiators, particularly in regards to the rankers from Ikebukuro. Even if your information is not complete, we expect you to tell us everything you know, Snow. Of course, the majority of our guild's gladiators remain in the hands of 3 true guilds. I'm in the process of seeking information regarding all of our key members, beginning with Taurus Mask. My sincerest apologies, but I humbly beg for a little more time to complete my findings. Very well. Continue your investigation into the whereabouts of those who are missing. We await your report. Of course, Master Clover. As you wish, I shall endeavor to bring you good news and soon. In the meantime, we shall work on preparing the stage for the grand battle our Berserker gladiators have longed for. Our first stop will be the political center known as the Senate. It seems that our own personal battle is destined to take place there. Before we leave, however, we would like to unleash the card of our guild has been holding in reserve. After all, there is little fun to be found in allowing those 3 true guilds to beat us to the punch at every turn. It is time for the Ikebukuro ranker dubbed the Lone Star to make his debut. What? But, Master Claude, are you sure? Oh. Oh, this seems to be a lot of talking before we get on to the actual battles. Heck, this might actually be a 4-parter. Who knows?
What's with the sudden evacuation orders? Is there an accident or something? Like a fire or live bomb? Whoa, stop pushing, will you? Would you look at that? I'm the first one here. No surprise there. I'm made to lead the charge on enemy lines. Here it comes, Solar Print! Oh my god, it literally is Scorched Earth. I was joking. Let them come, be it Kopuka, Amaterasu, or any other foe. I will crush them all. So it has begun. What tremendous power. To think that this is the strength of but one of the Warmongers world representatives. Tita, Lord of the Sun from Nirakanai. Even alone, he can bring down thousands of enemy soldiers. Naturally, the other 6 representatives also wield rules of sufficient to justify their appointments. Rules with all sorts of powers, such as world-enshrouding flames, violent blizzards, and the might of the very sun. Come to think of it, some of the most powerful representatives are those whose rules are aligned with the sun. It only makes sense. In terms of world hierarchy, the sun is, of course, placed above all else. That it is, Shinya. I know it well. Whenever I see such a shining light, I'm reminded of the sun in my homeworld. Come on, Taro Mighty. We've got a job to do. Just as I suspected. How brazen you are to show your face before me, Temujin. Long time no see, Marduk. I knew I'd find the Warmongers, calf of the sun here. Today, at long last, I shall pit my bow against yours and prove myself the better marksman. You cannot tell me you came alone. Where are the rest of your troops cowering? Good question.
But I wouldn't have thought you need to ask. Can't you just flush them out with your proud knight of your son? Anyway, taking down rulers of the sun is my forte. Come, dash into my waiting jaws, dear Marduk. Very well, Temujin. As the warrior of the sun, it is in my nature to dive head first into traps and tear them apart from the inside. Witness for yourself how I've been reincarnated. Join me, Mushuzu. Oh, whoa! Hey! Check it out, Ibaraki! The light out there is so bright that not even the blinds can stop it. To hell with this! I don't care if they're warmongers or invaders or whatever. I can't let them wreck our Kabukicho. I hate this just as much as you. I'd rather not raise my hand against power like that and come away with charred fur. You know better than to take on authorities. People of our profession have to keep cool heads at times like this. You're right. Thank you, Kyobyu. It's just, do we really have no choice but to give up Kabukicho? Damn it! Destiny can be so cruel sometimes. I swore I'd make Kabukicho my forever home. Now it's just gonna end up like all the rest. Oh, hell. Settle down, will ya? You're too young to be getting your blood pressure up so high. It's times like this when you have no other option, and you sit your butt down and conserve your strength. Make time itself your ally. That's the key to this situation. Because every sun will burn out eventually, eh? Must be hard for those brats who had their hands on Shinjuku and Ikebukuro to watch their territory get gobbled up. That won't do. Now I'll have to change my gloves. Why are you trying to make me feel sorry for Daikoku? Still has to answer for his crimes. I'm fine with that. I wouldn't have it any other way.
thing that neither the sun nor moon can withstand is time. Eventually, they will both fall to their doom. Of course, if the moon falls, the sun will rise. Oh, profound darkness. Great Mahakala. I swear to sacrifice all of it in your name. If that loathsome sun cannot be rent permanently from the sky to sink eternally into the depths of the underworld, then that dark and heavy sounds like it stopped. I guess even that lot's observing the guild battle curfew. For now. Yeah, well, their friends are still strutting about down there like they own the place or something. Still, at least those world reps are giving it a rest. Pack of monsters, the lot of them. Anyway, my many merry outlaws, I trust you're all rested up as instructed. Unfortunately, our treasured weapon is no good during the day, and there's nothing we can do about that. How long we have waited for this moment! Queen of Kabukicho is finally poised to rise, it seems! And about time, too! Useless as you are in any of the normal guild wars. I'm expecting you to put on a good show for our sakes, Ellie. Morning, Suzuka. Or should I say evening? What time is it anyway? It's not the voice that I'm trying to think. That's our introduction of that character. Okay. Yeah, so this was all just the talking chapter. The battles